What's going on, guys? Just wanted to start a little bit earlier because I had such a weird Tuesday night. If y'all could just leave some comments, make sure that you can hear me fine. I think I got everything sorted out from Tuesday night's debacle. So just going to give it a couple minutes to let everybody come in so y'all can start chatting. Hope everybody had a good day. What's up, guys? What's up, David? What's up, Muslim? Skylar says, yep, nice rug. Oh, yeah, you noticed that it was an actual rug. A lot of people don't know. It actually came from Kazakhstan. My stepmother travels all over the world. She brought it for me. So, I know it's kind of weird, but I like it. Looking better than Tuesday. Beard is gone. Yeah, I know. It's coming back. It'll be back. All right. So I think it's okay to get started. Just keep me updated and posted. I'm like super paranoid because of Tuesday. So if anything, Kazakhstan like Borat, yeah. If there's any kind of issues with the feed, please let me know and I can try and address that. But so welcome. If you guys are returning to my channel, welcome back. If you're new, my name is Brad. And I am one of the leaders within Techbuds-Solutions. It's a networking group where we talk about anything entrepreneurial, but primarily we talk about trading. And my little specialty is over-the-counter stocks or OTCs. And that's basically what we trade here on this channel and within our group. And I also wanted to, somebody said, aloha, I'm new. Rudy, welcome. Somebody, please tell me you're a GGG fan. I don't even know what GGG is, but anyway, so somebody, all right, awesome. It's good to see all the conversation going on, guys. So basically, I wanted to talk to you about a stock that I had put back and asked you to maybe keep an eye on back in the beginning of February. Remember, I had February stocks to watch, and we talked about the ticker VTNL, the Vet Online Systems. Well, one of the biggest things that we always talk about in Techbuds-Solutions is to never trade based off of anybody's opinion, right? That's one of the big rules. And I'm glad that a lot of people in our group took advantage of that and took that seriously, because even though I said to watch out for VTNL, got impatient and I sold it. And I even let you guys know that I sold it in the chat group. And yeah, I paid for that dearly. I actually had 4 million shares of that stuff at like, I don't know, 0008. And if you guys aren't regularly following us in our chat group, VTNL went all the way up to 008, so almost a penny today since Monday. I can go ahead and explain to you why, if you're just showing up, why I saw potential in this, and then kind of go take some steps and let you know how this happened. But if you are new to Techbuds-Solutions, let me go ahead and share my screen right now and show you how to get into our group. So, well, look, hey, there I am. And so here's our Techbuds-Solutions Facebook page. And Ricky, who's our group leader, let me get this out of there, is posted pin post in our group. So you just follow the pin post. And where the heck is that? Anyway, it's on the pin post, and it'll take you to the Discord chat group. You'll create a Discord group, and it'll take you to Techbuds-Solutions after you click on the link. And here's my subgroup, which is Brad's OTC stocks, where we'll talk everything OTC related. And today was on fire with VTNL for those of you who chose to stick with it and saw the potential. You guys had a plan, just like I always tell you guys to do is to make a plan and don't deviate from that plan. Stick with it and don't base your decisions on anybody else's opinion, right? So I'm really happy for those guys who stuck with it and saw the potential here. I myself, we all get impatient with things, and I was getting impatient as well. So I decided to sell, and unfortunately I sold 2 weeks too early. But here's what happened with VTNL. I told you guys that I saw a lot of potential with this because, um, they are in the cannabis industry, more specifically CBD oil. And so they are creating pet products for animals that are safe to use for pets that, might have issues or whatever. And so there's rumors still going around about having this being distributed to, PetSmart, any of these major vendors. And so why I got frustrated with it was because there's all these catalysts coming out, and then this thing was not doing well. There's still the market manipulator called BDNM that a lot of us are familiar with. That was just driving the price of the stock down, and I just got fed up with it, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna cut my losses and move on. A lot of you guys decided to stay in it, and good for you. And then this is what happened today. This catalyst, or not today, yesterday. I'm sorry. This catalyst, the exceeding of sales projections, and that's always a good thing. Even like on big board stocks, if you're exceeding sales projections, and then that's always a huge thing. And $3.7 million to kick off 2018. That might not sound like a big deal if you're used to trading, on the NASDAQ or whatever. But down here in over-the-counter stocks, that's a huge deal. And so when something like that comes out, people will go a little nuts. And that's what happened between yesterday and today. Yesterday, it went up to, I think, 0.003 cents. And I can take a look. I think I have it pulled up here for you. I just have today's chart pulled up. But anyway, it was at, here's where it opened up at, 0.003-ish. And then it ran all the way up to, over 0.008, almost a 0.009. And so, from 0.008, from the way it started on Monday, and really a lot of us have been in this, sticking in this one a lot longer than that. It went up 1,100%. And that's just from 0.008. It was down lower than that, so it's even more than 1,100%. But that's the kind of potential you can see here in over-the-counter stocks, and that's why I always stress to. Now let me bring it all back to my beautiful face. There we go. But that's why I always like to stress to you guys, diversification. When you're trading OTCs, I think it's very important to always have more than one position out at a time. For those of you who are used to following Ricky, he kind of just trades like 2 or 3 stocks, and that's all he ever deals with. But for here, you always want to have a broad portfolio. And because the reason of that is that even though you can do all the due diligence that you can, and that's kind of how I was feeling about VTNL in the beginning of the month, was that I did all this work and it doesn't seem to be working out. And so my plan was to say, you know what, if it gets down to X price point, I'm just going to pull out because I don't see it going anywhere. And so there was several catalysts that came out over the month of February that didn't really seem to get it moving. And so then I just got frustrated and sold. But a lot of you still saw that potential. And for those of you who did, congratulate. I congratulate you. I mean, that was fantastic. And again, it goes to show that, our folks here in Techbuds-Solutions are learning not to base their decisions on anybody's opinion. And I'm the first one to tell you that is mine included. I just show you how I find potential in certain stocks, and it's up to you to determine whether you find that suitable as well, or if you find some other stock that nobody's talking about, and you're following that same pattern of due diligence, and then you can win. So people keep commenting about my beard. It's just crazy. But anyway, I just wanted to touch on that because it was such a huge win, especially for so many people that were in our group. I know there are so many of us that, like me, missed out on it, but for those of us in our group that stayed in it and stuck with their plan, I just, congratulate all of you guys. That was just a fantastic win for Brad's OTC stock group. So anyway, let me go ahead and somebody said they're in and out of NTLK. Yeah, I mean, there's other strategies. People like to flip. I'm not a flipper. I don't like to go in, get in and out of stocks like that. I'm usually somebody who likes just to hold into something and wait for that big run up and then take my position. But if you feel like you're finding success flipping stocks, then by all means, I'm not going to tell you to not do it if it's working for you. Let's go ahead and see if there's any questions. I'll go ahead and open it up to that. I'm just sifting back through the comments here. So ask away, guys. People are still saying video is fine. So that's good. Tuesday night was a little disastrous. Do you track data on spreadsheets for your OTCs? I do not. I don't track data. I don't really see the point. I have a system and the system's not broke, so I'm not going to fix it. I'm just going to keep going with what works for me. I don't see a point in it, but if you somehow find a way that it helps you, go for it. But I do not have that. So somebody said you did not get back into VTNL at all today. No. So, and that's a good question. The reason I did not get into VTNL is because my strategy is to find the bottom of a stock and then buy in at that bottom. And I do not chase it after it's already started running because the volatility is so crazy. If you notice, and you can go back and look at the chart of VTNL, the high today was at 008, I don't know, 5. But it came all the way back down, I think, to 6s. Let me just double check here. It came all the way back down to 4s. So it was up like 175%, almost 200% today. And then it came all the way back down to 004. So if I had gotten this, let's just say I gotten in at the height of this thing when it was really running, and then I didn't sell, I could have gotten screwed. So I don't like because of the volatility that is the OTC. I don't like to get into something that's already started running or like we like to kind of just tell everybody not to chase. Don't chase the green. And in fact, I always tell people to do the opposite, to chase the red. You see something that's really starting to plummet and there's not any real reason around it, then maybe that's something to consider. But I don't suggest anybody going after any kind of like green, especially something that's going up hundreds and thousands of percents, because you could get burned really easy doing that. I did not jump into VTNL. A lot of people still asking that. Okay, so let's see here. A lot of people, and I figured you were going to, so I was already prepared. But one big ticker symbol that we got into today was MSPC, and that's Metro Spaces. So let me go ahead and I'm going to share my screen again real quick with you. Let me get it pulled up for you. And another one of our members who is I Like BB Stock is a pretty big presence on Investors Hub, which if you've watched my channel previously, it's a networking platform that a lot of OTC traders use. And I just went ahead and brought up one of the posts that he shared that was one of the main catalysts. And I've already shared MSPC with you in the beginning of the week why I was getting into it. And then this came out on Tuesday. So what does this mean? So let me go ahead and just kind of recap for you. It says, very nice news, blah, blah, blah. They engaged in a legal firm to seek an unwinding of the 3A10 transaction. And what is a 3A10 transaction? The 3A10 is a type of financing. And for me, I think it's downright predatory. I think it's predatory lending to a small company at its finest. And I think a lot of, especially the SEC, is starting to realize that people are taking advantage of it. Basically, the creditor is going to be buying a bunch of shares and then they just dump it whenever they want to. And it's really screwing over the companies who are, involved in this lending. And so they are settling out of this 310A, which means everybody who was shorting this because they thought the 310A was still in play kind of got screwed. which, there's not really anybody who really shorts these other than like banks and stuff. So, I think all the shorters are starting to come out because they're realizing that, that MSPC is starting to really pull away from, the toxic lending, especially. I mean, this is huge. I think this is a lot bigger than people realize. Plus, they have acquisitions going on with Italics. And so for me, I think that this, go ahead and just look at the catalysts so far that have come out of MSPC. And again, this is one that is a very high float, one that I usually tell you guys to stay away from when it comes to the share structure. But all the catalysts on this are pointing to some really good things. Let me just recap with you why I got into this in the first place. This was announced while I was in Arizona, or just before I got into, just after, I'm sorry, I got back from Arizona with Ricky. We got into this, a lot of us did, because of this catalyst that came out. I got in at 002 and then added to my position since then. But they are generating some insane revenue for an over-the-counter stock. And so the acquisitions here with Italics, I think there's a lot more to come with this. I don't think that they would be focusing so much on getting rid of that predatory lending and seeing so much activity today. Even within the last, I don't know, 7 days, there's been over $1 billion in volume when it comes to, there's been over $1 billion in volume with this as far as daily trading goes. And so I honestly think that this is going to continue running. I personally am heavily invested in it, but it doesn't mean that you have to be. Again, case in point was VTNL. I told you guys that I was getting out. A lot of you guys didn't listen to me because you had a plan and you were sticking to that plan. So this is another thing where I don't want you to get into it unless you do your own due diligence and base your purchasing decisions on your own, your own opinion and not mine, basically. And so just want to keep stressing that. And again, we couldn't have planned it any better when it comes to sticking to that rule than with VTNL. Just unbelievable. I'm really sick about it. To be honest with you, I had about 4 million shares at 0008. So, I mean, if it had gotten to a penny today, that do the math, that's $40,000. So yeah, I was pretty sick about that. But congratulations to you guys who stuck it out and stayed in. Right now it's MSPC seems to be hot, but you never know. That's the thing with the OTCs too. Like, yeah, I'm a little sick about it, but there's always going to be another runner, and you always try to find the next one if you missed one. So that's just the way it rolls down here. Things are flying all the time, so I'm not worried, and you shouldn't be either. Everybody's with the beard. You guys are really missing that, aren't you? I'm missing it too. So it's not just you guys. NTLK, yeah. So NTLK has that news pending. I believe it comes out on the 8th. So be on the lookout for that. Somebody asked flipping penny stocks. Yeah. So Robert, flipping, I guess is just a loose term for day trading something, buying in and then getting out. Basically like a pattern, like you would. That's just a slang term for basically kind of like what Ricky does. He flips ETFs. He flips JDST, JNUG, and all that. You guys, that's what Ricky does. He flips the stock based off of patterns and stuff like that. And I'm not so much of a pattern reader as I am a fundamental trader. Find the bottom of a particular stock and look for potential catalysts. Okay. Just looking. Can you touch on how to find a good trips play? So somebody's asking what a trips play is. A trips play is a 000 stock. Anything is trading at 000. And honestly, I can't tell. I'm not the person to talk to when it comes to playing 000 stocks. Yes, I play them, but I play them because of potential catalysts I may see based off of, all the networking that we have going on within Techbuds-Solutions and elsewhere. Like I have other resources that I find within like Investors Hub and Twitter, and so that's the fun part about trading down the OTC, as far as I'm concerned, is like doing all the investigating and that sort of thing on whatever company you might see potential in. So let's see here. What do you base your exit number on? So I always tell people, and I've touched on this before, but I'll go over it again. So I don't have a defined exit strategy. What I like to do, and it doesn't mean that you have to, but what I've been able to find success in is that when I buy into a stock that I plan on doubling my investment on, what I will do is that I'll wait till that investment doubles and then sell that position. So like if I get into something that's, say, a 000 stock, say it's at like 0.007 per share, and then it runs up to 0014, I will sell my initial investment and then ride that free share, ride that profit, and then I'll sell when I'm happy. That's how I was taught, and that's how, like, I would tell somebody to sell is, do it when you're happy. Because the thing is if I'm telling you to sell at this target, or if I'm telling you to sell at that target, and then it continues running after that, well after that, then you're going to be like, oh, well, what the heck, I was following Brad's target, strategy, and then I missed out on all this money. So like, I don't want anybody to have any certain set plan, especially with the volatility that happens down here, that and have you miss out on a bunch of money because you stuck to whatever it was that you stuck to. So I always say, like, when you're happy, and I always suggest selling as the run goes up. So like sell chunks at a time and not dump all these shares and kill momentum on any particular stock, because it's going to hurt you. It's going to hurt other investors as well. And so I always try to like suggest not to do that. But good talk tonight, guys. I think that is going to be it for me. I hope that I didn't bore you too much, and I'm glad that the stream went flawlessly, because Tuesday sucked. Anybody else have any questions? It doesn't look like it. So we are all done, guys. I just want to thank you again for watching my channel. It's been quite busy here recently. I'm getting really excited about it, and I think me being on here more than once a week has really allowed that to really grow much faster. And so I'm going to continue to try and give this a shot to be more active within TechBuds, and I'm active on the chat group, but within YouTube. I think you guys get a lot out of it, and honestly, I get a lot out of it too. I love being able to connect to you guys and just talk to you, throughout the week, see what you guys are thinking about. So, and the only way for me to keep doing that is for you guys to subscribe to my channel, as well as like the videos that you watch. So go ahead and push that like button for me, and I will see you all before the bell. That is all I got for you guys tonight. B. Smith is out.